Three neighborhoods, not just my favorite, but I think are gonna have a lot of action this year. My name's Kevin Goldman, the chef realtor, born and bred in the beautiful city of Calabasas. The first one being, I'm pretty biased, Mulholland Heights or Mulwood. That's where I was born. I think that is gonna have action. It's continued to have action. It doesn't matter what street or how high up on the hill you live. I can't legally say you're in walking distance of all the schools, but the walkability is very easy for anyone who is in walking shape and can walk up and down hills. You're centrally located across the street from Chaparral. AC Stell is right on the same side of the street as Mulholland Heights, and Calabasas High School is right there. You're basically about a mile and a half from every single school. Mulholland Heights specifically, that is an HOA. So they have security that's driving around. There's been times when I've been driving around just like looking at my old neighborhood, and the security guard saw me parked by the park and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I grew up here and I'm just like kind of looking around and just reminiscing about my childhood. He's like, "All right, like that's cool, but like don't stay long." That's definitely a pro of that neighborhood. The con, it's very vertical. So if you live on Via del Prado, Lido Court, we're at the very top of Karen Lock. Karen Lock is a long hill. Spoiled kids in Calabasas are used to being taken everywhere by car, and if they have to walk, they might complain. I did. We're focusing on Mulholland Heights, which is above Mulwood, and Mulwood is on either side of Mulholland. Mulholland Heights, the homes were built in the 80s, like 86, 87, 88. Now the homes in Mulwood specifically were built in the 60s. There's a line and it's like, you can tell where Mulwood and Mulholland Heights begin and end. Mulwood, there is no HOA. That's a pro. The con, the homes are 20 years older. So in some cases, 30 years older. Things didn't get built as quickly back then as they do now. I'm in escrow right now, not in Mulholland Heights, just below it in Mulwood. I'm in escrow on my listing for $1,826,000. There is a listing on Via del Prado right now for $2.4 million. In terms of having like a just over 3,000 square foot house, that's going to be the entry point. $1,826,000 for a house that was built in the late 60s, or 2.4, probably a lot more up to date, not just because it was built in the 80s, but I think it's quite a bit remodeled for 2.4. The next neighborhood, I would have to say, I just don't see the Oaks really going out of style. The Oaks is at the very, very end of Parkway Calabasas. There's different phases, there's different areas, there's different designs. It's all like Spanish, Italian, villa style homes, a lot of character, a lot of nooks and crannies. The entry price is gonna be about $3.5 million. So there's the Oaks, and then there's the estates of the Oaks. It's a gate inside of a gate. It's more exclusive than just getting into the bottom part. It's like the castle that has the fort built around the city, and all the peasants come in at night in their little huts inside the city walls. And then there's the wall for the actual castle. That's like the estates of the Oaks. If you're in the gate inside of the gate, more security, pro. Biggest con that I see for the Oaks is it's one way in, one way out. There's one gate, and that line during school hours, during Halloween, oh my God. The Oaks is known for being, that's the place to go to trick or treat. The line at the gate is so long. People have waited in line 45 minutes, an hour just to get into the neighborhood. I just really love Monte Nido. Monte Nido is off the beaten path. It's right around the corner from Saddle Peak Lodge where we filmed a previous video. It's very quaint, off the beaten path. It's in the canyon, and it's a very big horse community. Some acreage, some privacy, also homes that are close in proximity to each other. A lot of character down there. I'm not gonna predict that it's gonna have an insurgence or a uptake in transactions, but it's like one of those unsung heroes. That's kind of what Calabasas used to be. Monte Nido, the Mulholland Corridor, that whole area is just like acreage with horses. A pro of that is it's in the middle of like Las Virgenes Canyon. It's basically below Payuma Canyon, which you can take all the way up to the top and then like look out over Malibu, or you can go out to Las Virgenes and you're 10 minutes from Malibu, from Pepperdine. Another thing, the schools in Calabasas, a lot of people go to Pepperdine because it's right there. A con would be you're removed from a lot of stuff. There's more than one way in and one way out, thank God. In the hopefully unlikely case that a fire comes through there are multiple ways out, but you are in the middle of a canyon, and that can be scary. So those are three neighborhoods in Calabasas on my radar if you're looking to move there in 2025. If you have any questions, my name's Kevin Goldman. You know what to do.